Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday and another session of Ask the Trainer Tuesday. My name is Kim, and I'm the fitness coordinator for Seneca York. And today's topic is going to be hydration during exercise, which is super, super important. I'm just going to wait for my coworker to hop on here so we can talk about how important it is to stay hydrated during exercise. Give it a second, and Sarah should be joining us. Yay! Well, maybe a few more seconds. There we go. Hi.
I am. My screen's still black. Hang on. Can you see me?
You're kind of frozen on my screen, but I can hear. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey.
How are you?
How's it going?
Good.
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Where are you that you're wearing a mask?
I'm at King Campus.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
I know.
How there?
Yeah. So how's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. I just actually got back from rollerblade. It's actually so beautiful outside. Everyone needs to go outside today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to chat about hydration during exercise and the importance of it, how you can stay hydrated, and probably some of the nasty side effects if you're not hydrated during exercise. Are you ready to go?
I am ready. I actually love it because water is my favorite drink, and everyone's like, "You're such a weirdo." I'm like, "Nah, man. Doesn't it taste good when you have a nice cold glass of water?"
Oh, for sure. I just
Yeah.
had a drink.
But I got interesting fact about cold water that some people might actually know, which maybe that can lead into the first fact. So I read, well, I knew this before, but to drink ice cold water is actually not, if you want to look into intaking water in the most optimal form, is room temperature, not ice cold, because your body actually has to adjust to that temperature and work a little bit harder to get that water absorbed and to keep your body temperature regulated. So during exercise, it's actually more ideal to drink room temperature water. Personally, if I need my water intake, and sometimes I find it's hard to, I'm going to drink ice cold. So if it works for you, then drink ice cold. But that's something if you really want to look at the fine details of water absorption.
Awesome. So, like, I have this issue with a couple of my friends. They hate water. And I'm like, you guys are just freaks. Because water is free. If you get it from a tap, you can take it anywhere you go. But I've actually kind of coached them and said, if you don't like the taste of just plain water, cut up some fruit and drop it in there.
Yeah.
Don't like add sugar or anything. They were trying to add sugar. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm like, if you cut up some lime, if you cut up some lemon, put it in there, it's actually going to give it a little bit of a taste. And they've actually found that to be a lot better, and they're on the water wagon right now. They're with us. They're going to be drinking more water now.
Yeah, 100%. It's a good point for a lot of people that don't like the taste of water, and it's a natural way of getting in like natural flavor. You could do meals, but they're loaded with sugar. So I would say putting fruit would be the best way to taste, kind of spurk it up. And then also another way to kind of intake your water and also get like electrolytes back in is BioSteel. BioSteel is great for helping with hydration and replenishing electrolytes. So that's another way of kind of getting your water, disguising it with something else.
Yes, I've been using Noon. N-U-N?
Sorry?
N-U-U-N Noon. It's something new.
Yeah.
I get it in all my race kits for running, so it just pops in there, and I'm like, this is awesome. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to touch base on was like hydration with high performance or even working out. A lot of people think that they are drinking it during exercise, but it's actually, you're not going to be able to intake water and let it be inside already absorbed into your body while you're exercising. So during exercise, every 10 to 20 minutes, it's nice to take like less than a cup full of water throughout, just to keep you kind of hydrated, not parched in your mouth. But the ideal time to be hydrated before exercise is to do it the day before and leading up to that point. So your body also has an absorption rate, which you're going to have to get used to. So if you're not used to intaking so much water and you try to intake a bunch of water, you're just going to be running to the washroom. So it's a long process. It takes over a month for your body to adapt to probably the proper amount of water that most people aren't getting, because we're supposed to drink on average, I think it depends height and weight, but around 8 to 10 glasses a day.
It's usually about half your body weight, I think.
Yeah. So
Not
yes,
half, like not 75 kilos of water, but
yeah,
you
but
just divide it. Yeah.
they said so with lean muscle mass actually contains 75% water. So if you're not hydrated, you're predisposed to cramping, you're predisposed to muscle fatigue, and that's high risk for injury. So hydration is much more of a key factor than a lot of people tend to acknowledge, and it's a big part of how you're going to perform. They even say losing like 2% of body weight in fluid can decrease your actual performance by 25%. That's crazy. Like,
It's
why would
very
you not want to take that factor in? Like, that's a 25% just by drinking water. It's insane. But yeah, that mind boggled me. When I read that stat, I was like, whoa. So they say to drink about 8 ounces of water after you work out. So 8 ounces, to give you perspective, is 1 cup. So 1 cup of water within 30 minutes of post workout. Before, about 2 to 3 hours before, 2 to 2.5 cups of water. Again, this depends on what you're used to absorbing. And then 20 to 30 minutes before, about 1 cup. But you have to get your body to adapt to that. So I wouldn't say go full in and drink 8 cups of water the night before, but start with, like, if you don't even drink water, start with 2 glasses of water for your absorption rate to kind of build up to that. But it's a key factor. Just think 25% of your performance, it could be decreased just by losing 2% of your water mass. But yeah, so those are some interesting facts.
It is. And I think the other thing you have to realize too is when you are exercising, you can't rely on being thirsty to set off that need for you to go get a drink of water,
Yeah.
because it depends on the temperature that it is outside. It depends on the sport and the activity as well. When you're swimming, you think, oh, I'm going to be fine because I'm in a huge pool of water. Sometimes you do not feel that thirst, but you are so dehydrated afterwards because you've sweated it out. You sweat in water. You just don't feel it. You don't smell it because of the chlorine. But it's also very important that you just keep in mind that while you're doing exercise, you should be sipping water and replenishing what you have been losing, because you can't rely on your body systems to say, hey, it's time to drink.
Yes. I have one more fact that I'd like to.
Yeah.
So I think one thing, a good way of measuring for athletes and for anyone who works out, I always say athletes. I think if you have a body, you're an athlete. So it applies to everybody. When you are working out, weigh yourself before you work out. And then after you work out, right immediately after, step on the scale. And then if you shouldn't lose more than 2 pounds during a workout, because what you're essentially losing is your water weight. So if you're losing more than 2 pounds, then you're probably not as hydrated as you should be. And for every pound that you lose, you need to drink, or for every pound you lose, you should drink about 1 to 1 ounce of half to an ounce of water. So 1 cup of water. So for every pound you lose, 1 cup of water, and that's it.
It seems like a lot of water, but it's not. And the other thing I'm going to say is always carry one of these around with some
Yeah,
water in it.
yeah,
Remind yourself that even if you're not working out, we're just sitting at home right now, you are probably a little bit dehydrated right now. We are sitting under false lights. We are sitting in front of a computer. We have the heat on. Well, we shouldn't have the heat on today, but during the wintertime, you have the heat on at home. You do get kind of dry. You do need that water, even if you're not lifting weights or running down a soccer field. And the best thing to do is buy yourself a reusable water bottle. Keep it clean, keep it full of water. That way we're also protecting the sea turtles and the dolphins.
yeah.
No more plastic store-bought water bottles. We need to get rid of those, save the planet, carry a reusable water bottle around, and just make sure that you're sipping from it. Some people can actually set alarms, and there are smart water bottles out there. If you want to drop $85 on Amazon,
Wild.
you can get one that hooks up to your Fitbit and your cell phone, your smartphone, and it will remind you to drink water, and it will let you know if you haven't drunk enough water during the day. I'm not going that far, but I can set alarms on my phone to remind myself every few minutes to take a sip of water, and you guys can do that too. It's really easy to do that if you're just sitting at home, being active, doing exercise. Maybe every time after you do some reps, you grab a drink of water.
Yes, those are good tips. Yeah.
All right.
So you guys take away from that. Thanks, Michelle. Kim, you have great day and
You too.
stay hydrated.
Yes, stay hydrated. Stay safe, everyone. Take care. It was nice talking to everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, Sam. Take care.